I don't know why the hyper emo occult sitting in the back of the classroom with their hoodie up video game series Persona decided to suddenly turn into a joyful whodunit mystery sitcom thing, but hey, it clearly worked out. Persona 4 is one of the most saccharine video games I've ever played. A lot of Japanese stories get lovingly made fun of for being all about the power of friendship, and no video game is more power of friendship-y than Persona 4. Your friends love you, and you love them, and you do fun and quirky things together, and sometimes they're a little annoying, but you love them anyway because they're your friends and your friends love you. It's the kind of game that tricks me into thinking I should have had more friends in high school, but then I just need to real quick remember that I have never in my life met a group of teenagers that actually behave like this. But I have to admit that this romanticized image of human connection and acceptance is incredibly appealing in Persona 4. Even though, strangely, I think this group of people gets along worse than any other crew I've seen in this series. It is lighthearted and sweet. You could be tempted to say that Persona 4 lost some of the depth in pursuit of this cozy top 40 radio vibe as Persona sinks more and more into its modern identity of highly listenable pop music and bright flashy UI elements, but I think that claim doesn't do Persona 4 enough credit. I think how it explores its themes of truth and how that's packaged into this idea of identity and acceptance is frankly pretty brilliant in its nuances. Pursuing truth and the fallibility of the concept of perceiving reality is my favorite narrative offering this game makes. Although the game-long quest to find a serial killer provides this great top-level story that I think carries you through the game's small stories really effectively. Persona really is all about how these small moments paint that larger picture of life. And by the time you're saying goodbye in Persona 4, I am not at all embarrassed to admit to you that it was a more emotional goodbye than any parting I've had with friends in real life. The game is really good at endearing you to its characters, the game has a lot of cool things to say, and the RPG gameplay here is perfectly serviceable. But I think the star of the show, and perhaps the best character in the game, is the setting of Inaba. A small rural town in the middle of nowhere with barely anything to do and nowhere to go that isn't a decent car trip away. It feels intimate and cozy, it packs in so much character, and most importantly, I think it's a more relatable living situation to the vast majority of players compared to the heart of Tokyo. If Persona 4 doesn't take place in Inaba, it instantly becomes a worse game. No video game lets you feel like you are inhabiting a life as well as Persona does. And the life I had in Persona 4 was one of the happiest and most fulfilling I've ever had the privilege of experiencing. Good Lord, where can I find friends who are this understanding, supportive, and emotionally available?